Hello guys, welcome back. In the last lecture, we set up the R spec, factory bot, and capybara in our project. Now, in this lecture, we will be working on writing our first spec as feature spec. But before writing this feature spec, first we need to know that what are the feature specs in real. Okay, so the feature specs are a type of testing specification that focus on testing the behavior and functionality of an application from the user's perspective. They are written using a testing framework like RSpec or Cucumber. However, we are going to use RSpec only for our course. However, if you wish, you can write specs with Cucumber as well. I mean the feature specs, but I do not have idea about the Cucumber specs much, so I will use RSpec only here. Okay, feature specs are high-level tests that stimulate user interaction with the application, typically from a browser or a request response cycle. They test the application's feature as a whole, including the integration of different components such as controllers, views, and models. Overall, feature specs are an important part of testing Rails application as they help ensure that the application behaves correctly from the user's perspective and that different components work together seamlessly. They provide a higher level perspective on the application's functionality and can catch integration issues that may not be caught by lower level unit test. Okay, so this is all theoretical information about the feature spec. Now let's start writing our first feature spec in the Rails. Okay, so first go to the terminal and generate a new feature spec file using RSpec. So switch to the terminal and here open a new terminal window, and then what you need to do, Rails G RSpec feature and then provide your spec name. For example, let's say test for the home page first, I mean the root page first, so home page. Okay, and then when you run this command, it will create a new spec within the spec features directory. Okay, and you can see this in your course project. So here you can see that this is the features directory that is created, and this is our home page spec which is generated by RSpec. And here you can see that it is showing the pending line. Why? Because we do not have any spec written so far in this spec file. Okay, so first we need to remove this pending line, so remove this line, and then we need to write our spec first here. Okay, but before writing spec, let me know what we will use. So we will use describe or context as an example group. Okay, that can have various examples in it. Okay, and we use it blocks for writing our examples. Okay, so I'm using describe here to write to have my example group. So describe. If you wish, you can use context as well. Okay, so what I'm writing here, let's say landing page and then do. Okay, and in this example group I will write my first example, that is it. What should happen on the landing page? Let me know that whenever we go to the root page, we will see a sign up form. Why? Because in the controllers, you can see that in the application controller, what we did, before action authenticate user. So whenever a user try to perform anything, he must be signed in first. Okay, and you can see this on the browser as well. For example, go to the localhost 3000, and when you refresh the page, you will see that it is redirecting you on the sign in page. Okay, so first we need to check in our feature spec that whenever a user visit on the root page, it should show the sign in page or the login page. Okay, so it should show the login page on root path or root page. Do and end this example. However, you can make it show, it should show the login path, login form, login form. Okay, and now we need to write our specs within this example. Okay, I mean what specs, because we will check for something like if it is login page, then we should see these device links like sign up, forget your password, didn't receive your confirmation, and we should not see any text which should be within the what we can say that should shown to the user when user gets sign up. Okay, for example, go to the index template on the home index. Okay, here you can see that search professional across the world. User can see this text only when he is signed in into the system. Okay, so we should not see this text. Okay, so what we can do here, first add visit root path. Okay, that means whenever this spec will get run, first it will visit to the root path. Okay, and if it is root path, then what we need to do, that it should show whether the page have some device links like sign up, forget your password, and some text like login and dev community as a header text. So let's do that. Expect page dot to, and then have text, that is dev community. Okay, and here expect page dot to have text, that is login. Okay, and then now we will check for some links, that is expect page dot to have link. All these have text and have links are the capybara helpers. Okay, and then sign up. Okay, and then copy this, and now we will just copy these text like forget your password. So copy this text from here. Okay, and then paste it here. Okay, and then we will copy another text, that is didn't receive your confirmation instructions. Okay, so copy it and paste it here. Now what we need to check, that if user visits on the root path without signing in, that he should not see this text. Okay, so we will copy this text, and here we will put a negative assertion, that is expect page dot to not. Okay, and then have text, and then paste it here. Okay, and now run your feature spec. Sorry, now save the feature spec. So here you can see what we are doing here, that it should show the login form on the root page. So whenever a user try to visit the root page, first it will visit the root path, and then it will check whether the page has this text, that is dev community, and then it will see that whether this text has login, and then sign up, forget your password, didn't receive confirmation instruction, and it should not have the text like search professional across the world on the root page. Okay, and here you can see on the sign in page what we have dev community, we have login text, and we have all sign up, forget password, and didn't receive a confirmation instruction, and we do not have the text which is search professional across the world. Okay, so our spec is done here. Now save this and go to the terminal to run this spec. So what we need to do here, bundle exec rspec spec features, and then homepage spec.rb. When you run this spec, okay, you will see that this spec is running and it has opened the browser. However, this was very simple test and we do not have much data, so it just opened and closed very soon. So let's add debugger here. Okay, let's run the debugger here, and now run this spec again so that we can halt the page on the browser. Okay, so here you can see that this is your browser open in your automated window or in the capybara window. So here you can see that 1270493 and user sign in, this is the local host address. Okay, and here we can see text dev community, and here we can see email or username, we have password here. Okay, sorry, sign up, forget your password, and didn't receive your confirmation instructions. Okay, that means our spec is working. Now we can exit from the debugger and you will see one example, zero failure. Okay, and this is all from this lecture. So here you can see what we did, that we simply write a very basic feature spec to test the root page. I mean, whenever a user visit the root page, it should see the login form on the root page. Okay, and this is working fine. Okay, and this was a very basic example of doing this. In coming lectures we will write more complex tests to test the common behavior of our application, but for this lecture we are done. So try this lecture at your end, and we will meet into the next lecture with another feature spec. Till then, tata, goodbye, take care, and stay safe.